Hey Mesa Life Group leaders, happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas to all of you. This is a great time of year and I'm excited to be bringing you this December 2018 update video. It's going to be the last update video for 2018. We have a lot to celebrate from what has happened over this past year, and we have a lot to look forward to as what is coming up in 2019 is some stuff that I want to talk about today. And so I'm really excited to bring you this update video and fill you in on some of the stuff that's happening. So I want to just right off the bat real quickly let you know that this video is going to be a little bit longer because I have a lot of things to cover. So what I did for you is I time-stamped everything that I'm going to touch on. I time-stamped it in the email I sent you. You should notice there's an outline of this video, and so if there's a few things that maybe you want to scroll ahead to that specific time in the video and watch me talk about that particular thing maybe that you're interested in, and maybe if there's something else that maybe you're not working with, that's totally fine. So I want to do that for you because I know that today will be a little bit of a longer video because there's just many things to cover because it is the end of the year and we got a lot of things going on. So I just first want to welcome you. I want to give a shout out to a group of people that this video is, for most of you, will be going out to the very first time, and it's all you new life group leaders that have been trained over the last few months. And there should be about somewhere between 15 and 18 of you, I believe. I kind of have lost track. I've been training so many. But I just want to thank you guys for saying yes to the life group ministry. I want to thank you for being a part of this. Everyone else can tell you that this is an amazing ministry where you get to see life change. And we truly believe that life is better together. So I want to say thank you to you guys for stepping into this ministry, being a part of this team, and we're really glad to have you on board. Okay, so I'm going to go through a few things. I want to real quickly just give you an outline of here's what we're going to cover for this video, and so you kind of know what's coming up. First, I want to talk about Adopt-A-Family. So to give you guys a heads up, Adopt-A-Family is wrapping up in terms of registration, and so there's not much time left, but I want to talk about that. Then we're going to talk about Life University. The 2019 classes are, they've been established, they've been created, they're ready to go, and I want to inform you guys about some of those. I want to talk to you about some opportunities to serve in our Central Student Ministry, our CSM ministry. There's some opportunities, not necessarily for you, but there might be some people in your life group where this might really be a good fit for them as far as service goes, so CSM opportunities. And then finally, I want to touch base on Rooted 2019. Rooted is a big thing that's coming up this coming spring, and so I want to share with you about it, fill you in on some information, and then we can move forward with that, and that'll be it. All right, so you should see a timestamp for all four of those things in the email I sent you. If you want to go ahead and skip ahead to one, please feel free to do that. So first is Adopt-A-Family. Adopt-A-Family, of course, is something you guys know this. We do it every year at Central. It's kind of one of our staples. It's an amazing chance to get to connect with people in the community, specifically people who are a little bit less fortunate than us, people who have maybe come upon some hard times, and they just need some help, and they might not be able to provide Christmas for their family in the way they would like. And so this is a chance for us to partner with these families, to get to know these families, and to show them how much we love them and support them by providing Christmas. And so we don't have much time left to register, excuse me, for Adopt-A-Family, to actually register to be able to adopt a family. So I would encourage you guys as leaders, if your group has not adopted a family yet, please do so, and do so like now. Because we really want to make sure that every family that's applied for this program gets adopted. For Mesa, we have about a little over 45, somewhere between 45 and 50 families still waiting to get adopted. So we need to really help this out, because I think it would be so sad if any one of those 50 families were not able to get adopted. So I'm doing it this year. I'm really excited about it. I know there's a lot of life groups that are out there doing it. Some are going so far as to adopt group homes. So guys, that's awesome, and I want to celebrate what you are already doing, but I also want to encourage you, if you're not if you have not yet adopted a family, please do so as soon as possible. You can go to the website and you can sign up for that. Okay, I want to talk real quick about Life University 2019. If you didn't know this, the Life Group Ministry and the CARES Ministry at Central, we work together really closely. In fact, if you have not met Linda Mosier yet, she's a longtime member here at Central. She's gone to the Mesa campus for many, many years. Her and her husband Brian are just awesome people. And Linda is our CARES pastor on staff. And unlike life group ministry, where we have a life group pastor on every single campus, Linda actually covers all 5 campuses for CARES ministry. It's a massive undertaking, but she does an amazing job at it. And Linda has established a program when she came on staff, which was around the same time I did, about a year and a half or so ago. She established a program called Life University, and the way this works is it's short-term classes that are designed to help people with some lifelong issues. And so there's a class on boundaries. There's a grief share is included in this. Divorce care is included in this. Most all these classes, I think, fall in the range of 10 to 12 weeks. And there's usually a cost to it where you have to pay for it. Some of these classes are nationally recognized programs. They're not necessarily a central class, but it's something that across the nation is happening. And then we also have some central specific classes. And so these are available for all of our folks. Excuse me. There is a limited amount of space, but the 2019 spring semester is open for enrollment for people who want to jump into Life University classes. Life University classes are happening at Mesa, but then there's different classes that are happening in Gilbert. So your people, you might know someone in your life group that might be interested in this. And so please let them know to go to the website and not just look at Mesa, but look at Gilbert, look at Ahwatukee, even so far as looking at Glendale, because there might be a class out there that's offered that might not be offered here at Mesa. And that person might just need to spend 10 weeks and drive out there and attend that class, because that might be the one that might be something they really need to start their new year. So go to here's the website, www.centralaz.com/lifeu. Okay, LIFE, and then the letter U, not YOU, just the letter U. Okay, Life University. And you will find all the class options there. You will find the cost. All the information you need will be there. But Life University is a really positive way for people that have maybe some hurts, some hang-ups, some behavior stuff that they really want to work on. They can get into a class and kind of help begin to process through that. Okay? So that's Life University. I want to talk now about opportunities with the CSM ministry, the Central Student Ministry. Kirsten Kane is our Central Student Ministry Life Group pastor. So if you didn't know this, the way the student ministry works here at Mesa is we have a student ministry pastor, which is Rachel, and then we also have a student ministry life group pastor, which is Kirsten. And Kirsten came to me about a week and a half ago, and just she wanted to celebrate with me that our student ministry here at Mesa is growing. And it's because of our students who are currently invested here are inviting other students to come with them to student ministry. And because of this kind of growth in this cultural thing where our students begin to invite others, the student ministry is numerically growing. Because of that, we need some more life group, some student ministry life group leaders. The way this works is at the 9 o'clock and the 10:30 service at Mesa, it's the exact same student program where they have a message, and then the students break up into life groups right after that message and discuss what was talked about in the message. And so a student ministry CSM life group leader basically commits to spending one of their Sunday services sitting at a table with the students, listening to a message, and then breaking up and facilitating a small group experience with that same group of students. Okay? We need help doing that. Kirsten specifically needs some new leaders that would be willing to step in. So I actually went through and identified a few folks from your groups, not leaders. They are not current leaders, but people that I know that are in your groups that I think would be good. I've already identified them, sent Kirsten a list, said, hey, go ahead and call these folks. Let them know that I was the one that recommended that they could do this. But there might be some people in your group right now that need to lead. And they might be a little bit nervous maybe to lead a group of adults. But for some of them, they might be willing to lead a group of students. So this might be the first step into leading a life group for some of your folks. And I just, if you could just pass the word along, talk to your group, say, hey, there's a need at Central. We need people to lead student ministry life groups on Sunday morning. And just put it out there and see if there'd be anyone that would be willing to do that. So if you do find that there are people willing to do that, have them contact Kirsten Kane. That's KIERSTEN CAINE at centralaz.com. Kirsten Kane at centralaz.com. And if you can't get in touch with her for some reason or another, just contact me and I will get you in touch with her. Okay, and that would just be a great opportunity. Finally, and this is what I want to talk to you about with a little bit more detail, is Rooted. Rooted is coming up. I am so excited about Rooted. I know that there's kind of been whispers about Rooted through the church. I know you've probably heard that word, but you might be confused onto what it is. There might be some assumptions out there about what we think Rooted is, but I just want to try to clarify real quickly some things about Rooted so that you feel prepared and ready to go, because Rooted, I mean, seriously, in like 2 months, it's going to be kicking off in full steam ahead. So here's some clarifying details. This is what Rooted is not these things. Okay, so let me clarify real quick. Rooted is not a one-off program. Okay, it's not something that we're going to do spring of 2019 and then never do again. The plan is that Rooted is going to happen 3 times a year, and it's going to happen in 10-week segments. Okay, so it's going to spring 2019, 10 weeks of Rooted. Summer 2019, we're going to do the program again, 10 weeks again, same exact thing of Rooted. And then in fall of 2019, we're going to do it again and again and again. And this is going to be a part of our church DNA from here until God tells us otherwise. But Rooted is going to be a continuing, ongoing ministry program. It's not going to be a one-off. Okay, so if you've heard it as like, oh yeah, we're going to try this thing, see if it works, that's just a false assumption, because we have already bought into this. We've already decided this is what we're doing from here on out. Rooted is our thing. This is not just simply a life group curriculum. Okay, Rooted groups and Rooted experience is far different than life groups. And this is not something, and when I say it's not a life group curriculum, I've had this question asked to me before over the last few months is, Eric, where can I get a Rooted book, and when can I take my group through it? Okay, that's neither one of those. The answer to those questions are both kind of no, you can't get a Rooted curriculum for your group, and no, you can't just take your group through it. Okay, Rooted is only done here on our campus, and it's done at specific times, at a specific place, and we're not deviating from that. We don't want Rooted to become. It's not just a go to it, get a curriculum. Go through it with a group, and then boom, it's done, and whatever, you go back to your old group. Now, Rooted really is, if I could use this word, it's a recalibrating people around, and when you get more into Rooted, you'll learn what this means, around 7 rhythms. And these rhythms are things that, as a Christian, these are things that should just be a normal part of our lives. Giving generously, consistent prayer, daily devotions, breaking down sin's strongholds in our lives, serving together. These are the kind of things that we learn and experience. We don't just learn it in our minds in Rooted. We actually experience it in Rooted by doing it in a very controlled environment. And then the idea is that when people move out of Rooted, they continue these 7 rhythms within a life group context, okay? So that's why it's not just a life group curriculum. That's why you can't just buy it or have us give it to you and then take your group through it, because it has to be done in a very controlled environment, okay? And finally, we're not trying to get, it is not a required activity for all life groups to do spring of 2019. I hope you hear me clearly, okay? We don't even have the space or the ability to have every single life group go through Rooted in 2019. It's just impossible. We don't have enough space, because of my last point, we don't have enough space on our campus to fit over 1,000 people from the life group ministry in that Rooted. So it's not required this time, but we would highly encourage all life groups to eventually go through Rooted. And we know that some of you are not going to be able to do it this semester, but that's okay, because it's coming up again in the summertime, and it's coming up again in the fall, and then it'll happen again in 2020. And so Rooted, it builds momentum as we go along. So if you are unable to get through Rooted this semester, don't worry. We will love to get you plugged in again in a different semester if your life group wants to go through it together. But we do encourage everyone to eventually go through Rooted. We really, really want you. Not only will it benefit your group, and not only will it be like, will it be something that so now you're in the know, but it also will individually help you in your spiritual walk with Jesus. And I can tell you that as a fact because what I experienced is I've already piloted a Rooted group with some of our staff members, and I've experienced all 10 weeks. I've done everything. And guys, it changed a lot of what I'm currently doing. It really helped me grow in my spiritual journey. And so guys, I just want to let you know, it's real and it's awesome. And Rooted is going to really begin to change a lot of people in our congregation, in our church, okay? So here's what Rooted is. Rooted is a 10-week intensive biblical discipleship, training, recalibration, experience, okay? I know that I just used a bunch of buzzwords, but it's 10 weeks long. There's a couple of those weeks where you're in a large group gathering. There's most of those weeks you're in a small group gathering with a facilitator who's trained to help you go through this experience. You experience these different rhythms. There is a book. There's a daily devotional aspect to it where people are doing devotions daily. And so this is a really intense program, but it is really, really good. It is part of an assimilation pathway that is structured around these 7 rhythms. So when I say assimilation pathway, what I mean is Rooted will eventually become the thing that everyone goes to when they come to Central. So a new person walks on Central and they say, hey, I want to get involved here. I love this church. I love these people. What do I do? The answer will always become and always be, you got to go through Rooted. Sign up for Rooted. Whenever it's coming around, we want you to get into Rooted first before you do anything else, because Rooted is the starting point. And then from there, we help you get into life groups. We help you get into serving. We help you get into classes. We help you get into whatever else you need to get into. But Rooted becomes the starting point for all new people coming into Central, okay? And Rooted is actually in need of your help, all right? We need your help. And the way you can help is by signing up to facilitate a Rooted group. And we're going to train you. We got more information about that. But if you're interested in facilitating, or if you know someone in your group who would be interested in facilitating a Rooted group in the spring of 2019, please let me know, because I would love to get you into that, because not only do we need you, but you don't want to miss out on this. I mean, this is where life change is happening. This is where God is going to do amazing, amazing things. And so please consider this. I really, really encourage you that I can't express this enough. God really worked in my life, not only to change me, but I got to see 10 central staff members, and I got to see their lives impacted in drastic ways over 10 weeks because of Rooted. And so, guys, I can't sell that hard enough. It works. It's amazing. God does awesome things through it. And it's a humbling experience to be a part of Rooted. And so what I'm offering and encouraging you is get in now at the very beginning when we're starting this thing off. And we would love for you to help us facilitate Rooted. So you can also help groups transition into ongoing life groups. We're going to have to work as people are coming out of Rooted. We're going to have to help people get into life groups. And so if you want to help with that, we could use your help later on. That's a little bit further down the road. And then just finally, encourage everyone to participate. Encourage people in your group to get in, and encourage people who are not in your group to check Rooted out. Talk about it as much as possible. And you don't have to have all the answers. And if someone asks you a question and you don't know the answer to it, that's okay. Just say, I don't know. We're still learning as we go. And give them my number. I'd love to talk to them. But guys, seriously, the more we can talk about Rooted, the more I'm excited about it. So if you've met me lately, I'm going to be talking to you about Rooted because I have drunk the Rooted juice. And I'm crazy for this thing, and I hope that you guys can see the value of this as well, because it is an amazing, amazing experience. Okay? That is all I got for you. I'm so excited on what God is doing on 2019. So I want to celebrate what we did in 2018. So thankful for all of you and what you have done. You have done an amazing job, and you're doing amazing work for the kingdom of God. And I love you all as part of the family of God. And so thank you for an amazing 2018 in the life group ministry. And I am so excited and ready to see what God does in 2019, because I truly believe it's going to be amazing. All right? This is Eric Marvin, your life group pastor for the last time in 2018. I'm already looking forward to the future. This is the last time that I will be sending an update video for this year, but I will see you guys all again in 2019. Have a great, great holiday season. Merry Christmas, and God bless.